Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the one and only Psychosin project here on YouTube. Today I'm going to be giving you the bands I recommend, the unsigned bands that I recommend you check out for 2016. Hopefully they will all do well and get somewhere and get bigger than they are at the moment. Hopefully some of them will even get signed, preferably all of them. This is in no particular order, this isn't a top 10 or anything. This is literally just the bands that I feel that I've heard over the last year or so that should do really, really well this year and that you guys should be checking out. So let's get straight into it. Juggernaut Club are a band from Canada who mix goth, punk, along with a few other little horror film elements into their sound, with interesting use of mixing of punk rock riffs, along with some violins and female vocals in there. They have a few albums already. Their newest album, Soldiers of the Mark, come out last year. It was absolutely superb. I will be bringing you a full review of that probably this week, to be honest with you, because I've got a lot to catch up on this week, reviews wise. But they've been going for a while. They've just announced that they're going to be hitting the UK this year. For the first time ever, they've been going for a while. And I will admit, I'm not 100% sure whether they're signed or not, but I'm going to put them on here because I don't think they're signed to a major label. So technically I'm going to make that count. So yes, if you haven't checked them out yet, go check them out. The new Juggernaut Club from Canada. You've got a link up there to one of my favourite songs by them. And you may have heard them on my show as well on Total Metal Radio. So yes, first on this list of the bands you need to hear in 2016 is the one and only the new Juggernaut Club. Next is a band I've recommended before, I believe last year, the one and only Scarlet Riot. And they're an excellent band. Some of you may have seen them supporting major acts last year and the year before, such as Camelot and a few other bands as well up in London and obviously around the UK. They have a few EPs out. I don't know if they're actually working on an album. Oh no, they do have an album out, sorry. That is called Tear Me Down. I believe they've got an EP out as well at the moment, which I've completely forgotten the name of. I think it's Rising. Not 100% sure. Should probably research this before I do this. But anyway, absolutely superb band. Pop punk, really catchy songs. But I'll say pop punk, a little bit of rock and roll in there as well. So if you like really catchy songs with a superb singer who put on a hell of a live show as well, definitely check them out. In here on this list of the bands you need to check out 2016, the one and only Scarlet Riot. Death Valley Scars are an industrial type metal band from, well, I suppose industrial metal band from the UK who you need to check out. They're currently working on their second album and they are fronted by the one and only Dan Devourer, with an interesting motif of basically flyers seem to feature very heavily in their artwork as well for their albums and their stage show. The stage show brings to mind very sort of theatrical kind of shows while still bringing the metal and making you want to headbang. So if you like your industrial metal, make sure you go check out Death Valley Scars and definitely check out their first album, Suicide, Sex and Suffering. It's absolutely superb. So yes, in here on this list, the one and only Death Valley Scars. Are the first of several bands from the area of Southend, which is where I live here in the UK, because we've got a hell of a scene happening here right now. And Hobo are a band who mix classic Alice in Chains with some southern rock elements as well, led by the superb vocalist Lee, who I got to interview last year, and you can hear that by clicking on the link up there in the right. This is a band who are doing something a little bit different with the grunge genre, while also keeping that southern rock feel to it all, putting on some superb live shows as well, with Lee being pretty much a natural born frontman as well. He may not admit it himself, he's a very nice bloke, he's very humble, I suppose is the word. But yes, if you get a chance to go see Hobo, go see them. Hopefully they're going to do well this year. Go check them out. Hobo in on this list. Next, a band who call to remind classic whole, the one and only Hands Off Gretel. I saw these this fantastic band last year supporting Hearts Under Fire and a couple of other bands at the and Headstone at the Unicorn in Camden. They absolutely blew me away, with a fantastic use of updating the grunge formula, as it were, while also keeping it contemporary and not making it sound tired, which, considering the amount of grunge bands out there these days, is definitely something unique. and their vocalist is absolutely superb, with a fantastic voice on her as well. So that brings to mind Courtney Love, to be honest with you. So yes, if you haven't checked them out yet, Hands Off Gretel, one of the definite rising stars of the UK unsigned scene. Are you a fan of old school straightforward Judas Priest influenced metal? Then you're going to love Forged in Black, another band from Southend, the scene in Southend-on-Sea. They've done a few gigs around the country as well, bringing that full red-blooded heavy metal thunder right back into the focus of their music. If you're a fan of any kind of classic metal, or even if you just picked up on Iron Maiden or something recently, or newer bands that I can't think of any right now, but anyway, fronted by the one and only Stars with his fantastic vocal range, is a band you really need to check out. In here on this list I had to include them, the one and only Forged in Black. Hailing from Nottingham, Headstone Horrors are an absolutely superb horror punk band. I think they might be working on either another EP or maybe an album coming out soon. Go check them out if you like Misfits or anything like that, or maybe if you're into maybe Wednesday 13 you might like this band as well. Fronted by the one only Natalie Thornton, an absolutely superb band with superb live presence and really, really catchy songs. I mean, I've been playing one of their songs, God, I've forgotten the name. Frankenstein's Girl, sorry, that's it. Since I first saw them and got hold of their EP, and I've been playing it for about a year now on my show because it is that goddamn catchy. So yes, if you like catchy horror influenced punk rock in the vein of the Misfits, definitely check out the one and only Headstone Horrors. Some of you may have seen this band supporting a fair few bigger bands in London. They were one of the main supports for the one only Birthday Massacre on their UK tour last year, blending together kind of pitch shifter style electronic rock along with placebo style indie rock, with a little bit of their own uniqueness in there as well. Stereo Juggernaut, absolutely superb band from London, and I hope they do really well. Hopefully they're working on an album this year, and I look forward to that. I've already done a review of one of their EPs, which you can check out by clicking on the link over there. If you like Pitch Shifter, if you like Placebo, definitely go check this band out. The one and only Stereo Juggernaut. Along with Forged in Black, another band bringing back true old school classic heavy metal, the one and only I.C.O.N, not to be mixed with this glam band that are apparently around from America as well. These guys have currently been been the main support for Jeff Tate's Operation Mindcrime around the UK, which just shows the higher level of talent and quality this band have to offer. They currently have a new album out called The Blacklist. I believe they're working on a new album as well to come out this year. I might be wrong on that, don't quote me on that. They spell I.C.O.N, I.C.O.N. You can hear my interview with them by clicking on the link up there. Absolutely superb, down to earth guys, and I wish them the best of success, and you should be checking them out as well if you like any kind of old school metal but like to hear it brought up to modern day standards. The one and only I.C.O.N. Up next is a band from London who've been going for a little while. Not actually metal at all, really. They're more akin to, I would say, Atari Teenage Riot than anything else. They are the one and only noise terrorists known as Pretty Addicted, with influences ranging from EBM through to the one and only Marilyn Manson. They are fronted by the one and only Precious Barden, and she has got one hell of a fantastic attitude for the music. You can hear it just seeping through a punk rock sort of attitude, really, really ready to take on all comers with the music. The music itself being a nice, superb, really aggressive backbeat of industrial stroke EBM beats and music. So if you like any kind of EBM or aggressive kind of music, I'll definitely check these out, even if you're into metal, because you may not think you like EBM, but then you'll hear the one and only Pretty Addicted and you might be converted. So yes, in here at whatever, well no, I'm not doing numbers on this, am I, at all, but in here on this list, London's very own Pretty Addicted. They currently released a new single a little while ago called Mania. I'll put the link up there for you to check it out, so yes, go check these guys out. Yeah, another Southend band, what can I say? It's a hell of a scene we've got around here at the moment. And in here is a band I think I recommended last year as well, the one and only Minerva Falls, one of the kind of higher tier of Southend unsigned bands, because they are literally ready to play anywhere at any time and really get their name out there. Not to say that the other bands on this list don't either, I know they will, but Minerva Falls have been playing London as well, doing their best, playing as many gigs as they can, currently working on a new release for this year. Don't know if it's going to be an album or an EP, called Tactical Nuclear Penguin. They are an absolutely superb band that blend kind of, how can I put it, rock and roll ACD style, slightly perverted lyrics, shall we say, thanks to the one and only singer Ross Martin, along with grunge stroke rock and roll music backing. It's kind of hard to describe in a way, because some of it sounds very straightforward, heavy rock, and some of it's kind of very, very grungy. So check them out for yourself. They've got one album out already called Death in the Afternoon, which has the ridiculously catchy song D Evil on it. I'll put the link to the video for that up on this as well. So yes, go check them out. The one and only Minerva Falls from Southend. Yep, I recommended these last year. You know what? I'm going to continue recommending them. Texas's very own Versus Our Master, a band who describe themselves as extreme goth, and really, that's pretty much the best way to describe them. Fronted by the one and only Pache Simmons, because honestly, this band, let's be honest, there's got to be one thing that you're going to gravitate towards too. It's got to be Pache's superb vocals. The music's fantastic as well. Very, very strong goth elements on here, mixed with slightly Arch Enemy style growly vocals as well, with some superb sung vocals as well by Pache, a woman who, once they're signed and starts getting recognised, I can see being seen as one of the major contenders for the top vocalists in metal. So yes, go check them out. Versus Our Master on the list of the bands you need to check out in 2016. Another Southend band, the one and only Killer Tricks. Like Stereo Juggernaut, bringing in the electronical element, even a little bit of dubstep in there, but doing it with a mind of actually mixing the two instead of trying to do dubstep and then putting metal over the top of it. Fronted by a superb vocalist in the one and only Cindy. This is a band who write really, really catchy songs that also make you want to jump round like a loon. And trust me, if you ever see people dancing, and you see me dancing, I cannot apologise enough. It's probably because I'm hearing Killer Tricks playing, or I'm at one of their gigs. But yes, anyway, hopefully they got to get toured around the country and will be picked up by a label this year. I believe they're working on an album. Looking very, very much forward to that. Go check out their current single, Overcome. The link is up there. And hopefully you'll enjoy a really, really fucking good band with a hell of a rising star in their vocalist Cindy. She will be voted as one of the major sort of front women of metal, I can see, once they get signed and recognised. So here's to them, hoping they do well. Killer Tricks on this list. Blending rock and roll with pop punk, this is the one and only Sister Shotgun from the UK. I've played them a few times on my show. Hopefully you have heard them already, with a fantastic vocalist and some superb songs behind them, ranging from old school style power ballads, as it were, in the song For the Love of Hate, up to really, really raging, almost pop punk rockers such as No Hope, which is their current single. I'll put the link up there for you to check out that song. Check out their other songs as well. Hopefully they're working on an album or a new EP. I think they've just finished actually recording a new EP. So once that comes out, I'll hopefully get a copy. We'll review it on here as well. And hopefully we'll see them down here, either in Southend or down south, because I don't think they've played down here recently. And I really want to see them live, god damn it. So yes, on this list I had to include them. Sister Shotgun. This is the last band from Southend, I promise, on this list. But yes, this is a band who are so good that their debut album made it into my top 5 albums of last year. That's how bloody good they are. I am, of course, talking about Southend's very own Oceans Aside, a band who bring to mind some of the elements of Rage Against the Machine while retaining a very, very solid core of post-hardcore music and giving their own unique spin in there as well, with one of the songs of 2016 that probably would have got very, very, very light if they had the right sort of support behind them with a record label in the song Little Black Teeth. Oceans Aside are absolutely superb, with Righteous Fury behind them, the fantastic vocals of Mark Vincent, switching between singing and a hell of a scream on him as well. This is a man you do not want to get into an argument with, but yes, this is the one only Oceans Aside. Go check them out. I'll put the link above. It will either be to their current single Corruption Blue or to the whole album which they've put on YouTube for you to listen to. In fact, if I can find both, I'll put the links to both up there as well. Give them a listen, because honestly, they're fucking brilliant. Oceans Aside had to go on this list. So, bit of a double on this one, mainly because one of the bands features two of the members of the other band. So, obviously, last year, I've spoken about this band many, many, many times before. The absolutely superb Hearts Under Fire. This is how you do emotionally tinged pop punk, stroke rock, and no label has still picked them up. I mean, it's been a year since I last sort of recommended them, and still no label has taken any goddamn interest. What is wrong with the world, really, when a band this good, who are really, really working their asses off, playing everywhere they can, is just not getting picked up by any major label? It's like a marketer's dream come true as well. You got four women here writing really, really catchy songs that you know would get in the charts and everything, would be massive selling, possibly get on huge tours and all that with no problem, possibly get as big as Paramore, and no one's picking them up. What the hell? Anyway, also, I've got Screech Bats, who are a new band formed with members of Hearts Under Fire, which is, I believe, Kit from Hearts Under Fire, and I think it's Lexi as well on drums. It's another band who are about to release their debut EP. I'm looking very forward to that. Hopefully they'll get it over to me for review, and so I can start playing their tracks on my show as well. Look above for the current single from Hearts Under Fire, which is called Knots. I'll put the link up there, and also I will. They are currently on hiatus, but they are returning this year. Hearts Under Fire, so keep an eye out for them, and Screech Bats. But I had to put both of them on this list. Finally, I have the one and only One-Eyed Doll. I've recommended them before, and I will keep recommending them. A two-piece band who bring to mind, well, in the configuration, bring to mind obviously White Stripes, but trust me, White Stripes never sounded this bloody good. With old school rock and roll feeling to them, with a superb guitar player and vocalist in Kimberly, along with Junior, bringing a very solid backbeat, with a mixture of really, really superb, very serious songs. And also very, very fun songs such as Be My Friend, with a very, very black humoured edge to the lyrics. They released a new album last year called Witches. You can see my review of it by clicking on the link up there, along with my interview I done with them just before that album was released, by clicking on the link up there as well. Still not picked up by a proper label yet. Hopefully this is the year that not only will I get picked up by a label, please, One-Eyed Doll, come to the UK. We really want you over here. Even if it means that I've got to, I will even help try and book venues for you, and I will even help be your tour manager or something if need be. If you can get over here, if I can save the money myself, I will try and book the tour myself, because we really need this band over here, because they will make such an impact. So yes, one of my bands of 2016 that you need to be checking out, the one and only One-Eyed Doll. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to subscribe. Hope you enjoyed this video. There'll be more videos coming up this week of me reviewing new albums that are coming out, both unsigned and signed bands as well. Feel free to browse through the channel, see the other interviews, etc. and reviews. Going to really be pushing this channel this year, so hopefully you're enjoying the videos, and I'll see you soon.